So the way he showed you love, is that part of the reason why you showed ESSO that love too? Was that paying it forward like what Red saw in you is what you saw in ESSO?
It was just like, of course he had something going because he had big draws. He had big draws, and they was right, and they was about to get their deal. You know what I'm saying? And I just saw the hustle, and I was between management, and I saw the hustle, and he was coming to the studio bringing his writers, and we was just vibing.
Shout out to Kamala Gordon. Kamala Gordon put it down for us.
Tanisha, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Chanel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Juanita came through, and we were just writing records. We were just writing a lot of records. You know what I'm saying? We were doing so much together that he was just always managing those businesses of that going. So we was like, damn, nigga, we look like we're gonna be here forever in this damn studio. Let's just keep it going.
I'm shocked, that being around somebody so business-minded, you haven't extended the business. Like, Eric was in the cars and doing all, you got a rim shop, and Teddy Riley, we see what he did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you were around all the, even Q-Tip. You know what I mean? Like, we see what all these other producers, but you're so locked into production.
I love production, and I never always wanted to be there. That was my comfort zone. I never wanted to step out of it. You know, but I've always got approached by great business and always was down to do whatever there was. And I think that was one of the things that kept me so good too, because even when we started, my boy Fat Fingers was not actually my manager, but he came to me and came to me at the dawn of the music going to the internet.
Right.
And he was just like, yo, have you ever thought of leasing your beats? And I was like, what are you talking about leasing beats? And he was just like, yo, man, like making your beats available on the internet for people to lease them, not buy them. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, what the hell am I gonna do that for? Like, on ROCKWILDER, he was like, yo, give me 20 beats that you ain't fucking with. 20 beats. I never said no to anything. I just was, nigga came back. There you go.
How much?
He had me at the back of the book. He had me at the back of the magazine. ROCKWILDER's $10, $20 beats. And I'm looking at this shit like, niggas gonna think I'm on crack. But I had a knot in my pocket. Didn't check this out. I was in the party one day. Irv came to me. Irv said, and he stood right beside me and did it just like this. He said, yo, when I thought you did the $10 beat lease thing, he said, I thought you was on crack. He said, but then I thought about it. If you give 100,000 people a $10 beat, that's $1 million. I said, word? He said, word. That's some genius shit. He said, it's really too early. He said, but that's some genius shit.
Yeah.
So from there, we did rockbattle.com. Now, rockbattle.com was a site where a lot of the producers that are hot right now came from that site.
Such as?
Young Fire.
All right.
Rod Charm. Cafino. I don't want to say their names wrong. I don't want to say the instincts. I don't want to say the stereotypes. I don't want to mess up. But a lot of producers, I'm saying this, we was paying out money to at a time in early 2004. We started rockbattle.com. It was a site where producers were able to battle
each other.
They battle each other, they get money. I thought they was gonna arrest us for illegal activity. I really did. But they were battling, but there was a community growing. So Fat Finger said, yo, we're about to sell this site. So when we went to sell the site, a lot of people didn't understand it because it wasn't a producer's thing back then. It wasn't a producer's thing. So we couldn't get no ads. And a lot of people that had beat machines that had shit like that, like Reasons and all of them, they didn't know how to sponsor us because we were so early. We went to one place that was interested. It's called jack9.com. We went to them. Big shout to Icarus because he hooked it up. And the guy was like, what I'm going to do with this site? This site is, it's producers, but when are producers going to be elite?
Really?
This is 04. This is 04. But
Even
check
with
this out.
Timberland and Pharrell and all of that?
They were so high in the market. What I was doing was so low scale. They didn't see the scheme. They didn't see it. So, but then the homeboy looked at my attic space. Now, attic space on a site is how long people are staying on your site. He's looked and said, hold on, how the fuck do you have 82% attic space? I said, what is attic space? He said, that means that nobody's logging off. And that's what was happening. These producers never logged off. They were battling, they were in the forums talking shit, and everything was happening.
Right.
Even though he saw that 82% attic space, he still didn't know what to do because producers and beat logic and all them things, they didn't know they weren't interacting with the ads and all like they're doing now.
Right.
So check this out. I have an article on August 7th that says, because I had said to myself, since we already have our own community of producers coming together, why don't we create an iTunes for them and make their music available of independent MP3s off of themselves?
Right.
So we was gonna launch rockmp3.com, and this site was geared towards independent artists having the ownership of their own material.
Right.
Wow.
We couldn't get nobody to support it. Years later, Spotify, Tidal, all types of joints, iTunes, they all come up.
Bang, bang.
This is all due to the genius of Alan Brown, AKA Fat Fingers, who was watching the game and saying, switching over, because he was saying to me with the Least Beats program, I was like, yo, I said, I think you just fucked me up because now you separated me and put me at a level to where I can't. He said, yo, listen, on an album, on a CD of an album, you have 14 songs. Pennies are being distributed to the artist. You're doing $10, $10, $10, $10. That's $140 already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Off one joint.
Off one joint. Just have the mentality of that happening every time you're selling music. Now, here's what started happening on rockbattle.com with the Least Beats program, and this is why you got some niggas saying, nigga, I wouldn't sell a track for $20. That's some bullshit. I wouldn't sell a track for such and such. That's some bullshit. We didn't ask you to sell shit, nigga.
You're leasing it.
I said lease it. Now, Rod Charm, perfect example. There's more people that don't know how to rap than people that know how to rap. And there's more people that don't have record deals than people that do have record deals.
Right.
So if he has beats that's appealing to a community of potential rappers that want to rap and they have a lease beat available to them, you know how much money he was making every month? Of a beat that at the time was going on mixtapes and niggas wasn't even paying niggas for their beats. Niggas was taking niggas tape joints and putting them on mixtapes and not even giving a nigga no bread.
Right.
Not even giving nigga no shout out.
Not even no shout out or nothing.
Wayne did that to Lil Wayne did that to
You know what I'm saying?
And put it out on the mixtape. We sat with Wayne in the studio and
he
everything.
put the zoo out. He put the zoo up. But Zoo, he shouted out. He did it. He supported.
But we didn't know.
We didn't know.
We didn't know.
We didn't know.
nigga.
He put it out there. One of my biggest joints with Lil Wayne and the Zoo with Mac Man. You know what I'm saying?
And we sat right in that studio
he
with him.
put that out.
We didn't know. And
We
he
didn't
put
even know.
that.
He put that out.
Keep it. He kept it all
He
right.
kept it.
He
You know what
kept
I'm
it
saying?
all right. And put it on the
He
mixtape.
kept it and rocked it. Big
See,
shout
he
to
didn't care.
Lil Wayne.
Shout to Wayne.
I was like, I'm on with Lil Wayne. I'm
Wayne.
good.
I
I'm on with
was
Wayne.
fucking pissed.
You know what I'm saying?
Why were you pissed?
That's 30
no
grand.
bread.
That's 40 grand. What are you talking about? That's 6
He was
to
always
8,000
on the
for me.
bread. He was always on the bread.
I was always on the, I was pissed. I was like, how
Brad
can
was
we,
always on the
I'm
bread.
suing this nigga. I'd be like, chill.
Nah, not Lil Wayne. Not
See?
Lil Wayne. Not
Y'all
Wayne.
bugging.
Not Wayne.
Y'all
I was
are
so
bugging.
happy.
I'm with
Yo,
that
when that
shit.
nigga
I'm
said
with
rock
that
while on the beat, I was like,
That's all he was.
I was like 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? Good.
I was pissed to the highest point.
See,
That probably led to a lot, though.
E
you part of the reason why ESSO's disposition is the way it is, why
Yeah.
he can't stand creatives the way he
Yeah.
can't
But
stand.
you know
He's part
what?
of
But
the
listen,
reason.
that's been that he was always business. He was always the business. I'm pretty sure she was on the other foot and that was happening. Bird would have been like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that was business, so I respected him on the business. It was a
Making all
business.
that money.
But me, I was such a fan of the situation. That's why I never came out of the production thing with me. You know what I'm saying? I was always like, I just like the fact of the brotherhood. But and to go back to to the thing, people like Rod Charm, Cafino, all these different other type of producers, they had a certain amount of beats that was making like 10 grand a month.
Yeah.
You had niggas that was paying car notes, paying college tuitions with leased beats.
Nah, everybody's doing it.
So now everybody's doing it, but you still got a society saying, yo, would you have sold your beat for $40? Nah, I would have sold my beat for $40. I'm like, nigga, don't create a CNN on that, because I never said that. I created a middle class ground for you to have your beats churning. They were just churning.
So all this beat leasing that these producers do nowadays, sending out emails with like 20 beats saying you can lease it for like blah, 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 that came from you?
It was us doing it, SoundClick was doing it, and we were running neck and neck. It was me, it was rockbattle.com, and it was SoundClick. We were the more gangster of it because we had the battles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we also had producers who was getting their weight up from battling, nice producers that was on there. I heard Nappy Boys had came for Young Fire on my joint, and Young Fire started doing mad shit. So people started coming on my joint and really like pulling their producers, their prime producers from there. Wow. Should we have known, would we have known later on that it was gonna be a producing frenzy? We didn't know.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.